Twisted Metal TV series is out on Peacock, and oh my god, I binge watched all 10 episodes. Best thing about it, it's only 28 minutes, so it's probably about what, it's about 5 hours. So 5 hours of watching, which is not bad. It's about maybe about a movie and a half now, with the movies being 3 hours. But I have to say, it is an amazing, amazing show with lots of action-packed scenes, lots of storylines, and introducing a lot of characters from the actual video games itself. Now, I'm going to go over all the cheat codes, all the characters we see in Season 1, and possibly if there's a Season 2 as well, who we're going to be seeing. But before we go into all that, I do want to say, if you loved TV shows like The Boys, which has a lot of gruesome and a lot of action in it, you are going to love Twisted Metal, the TV series. I have to admit, Anthony Mackie did an amazing job playing John Doe, and all the other characters that were in the show as well did an amazing job. I love the story. It never stopped at all. You had a little bit brought into every single piece of the aspects, and I'm hoping that this actually brings up the next part where they actually bring out a game for Twisted Metal. But before we go into any more and I give my conclusion on everything about this show, let's go over all the Easter eggs in the Twisted Metal, the series. The old game case. The opening battle sequence for Twisted Metal is pretty intense and gives viewers a good slice of the series' action-packed and darkly comedic tone, in which an eBay Games is blown up and an original PlayStation Twisted Metal box is shown on the windshield of John Doe's car. We got cheat codes, baby. When John and Quad are initially trying to escape from Sweet Tooth, Evelyn ends up starting to break down. That's until John hops into the driver's seat and inputs a well-known invisibility code, which from Twisted Metal 2 to get Evelyn back to working order.
Okay. L1, R1, up, down, left, right, down, up.
Harold. When Sweet Tooth wins the original tournament, he confronts Calypso with his wish to have his only friend Harold back by his side. To Calypso's dismay and bewilderment, Sweet Tooth wants to have this bag that's named Harold the Wacky Lunch Sack, as Sweet Tooth sees it as his best friend. The Blackfield Asylum. Sweet Tooth takes Stu to his old cell and finds Sweet Tooth's dead parents after he locked them there to starve to death. Blackfield Asylum is featured in Twisted Metal Black, where the game took place inside Sweet Tooth's mind. Now we see the jacket where John Doe was given a tour of the casino that says Marcus Kane, which is the name of the homeless-looking man introduced in Twisted Metal 2 who drove the car Roadkill, but later became the name for Neelis Kane, the original Sweet Tooth, split personality in Twisted Metal Black. However, based on how Sweet Tooth is characterized in the series, the lore surrounding Marcus Kane is likely tied to Sweet Tooth's story from the 2012 reboot. Let's not forget John Doe, the series' main character. John Doe is based on the characters of the same name from the Twisted Metal Black series. In the game in which he was a reboot of the series, John Doe was an ecstatic patient of Blackfield Asylum who is desperate to remember his past. Now, Raven was reimagined. Raven, who is played by Neve Campbell, is a mysterious leader of the New San Francisco who clearly has something sinister up her sleeve. Like John, Raven is a character that is introduced in Twisted Metal Black, where she drives Shadow, a decked-out hearse, and joins a contest in hopes of righting a wrong of her past. While Raven is depicted in the games as a young goth girl who dresses in black and gives off a haunting presence, that's not exactly the case for the series. Which brings us to our last Easter egg of the show. Shadow has a new owner. Shadow also appears in the series, but it has a new driver behind the wheel. It turns out that Quiet and her brother are the owners of Shadow, and they're seen driving it when they're trying to escape from Agent Stone and his band of officers. So you've seen the Easter eggs. Now let's get into all the characters that you see in this show and give you a little bit of insight on it. Now the characters you saw from the game, of course we have Sweet Tooth, of course, that we spoke about. We have Raven, and we have Agent Stone, part of the Twisted Metal game, who drives the sleek Crimson Fury. We have Agent Shepard, part of Twisted Metal Head On for the PSP. As an FBI agent who becomes the new driver of the Crimson Fury. On the show, he is Stone's cruel henchman. We got Miranda Watts, who as well was on Twisted Metal Head On, is the leader of the convoy trucks that is never stops and drives the twisted car. Amber is based on Amber Rose from Twisted Metal 3, who drove the Flower Power car and was an environmentalist. We have the brother and sister duo of Carl and Jamie Roberts, were outstanding police officers in the original games, with Carl being the driver of the Outlaw in the first title. Mike and Stu are the drivers of the Hammerhead monster truck in Twisted Metal 2. The two on the show played major supporting characters and become agents of Stone. Dollface appears in Twisted Metal Black and the 2012 game driving the car Darkseid. On the show's season finale, she confronts Quiet with her army of dolls and reveals she is John's long-lost sister. Preacher was introduced into Twisted Metal Black as the driver of the Brimstone and returned on Twisted Metal 2012. He was given a comedic reinvention for the TV series where he once leads the Holy Men as he did in the 2012 game. Now in episode 7, many cameos were set, and here we go with the main one being Bloody Mary, who drives the Spectra in the game and who is in the show as John's ex-girlfriend. In the games, she enters the race finally to meet her one true love after a lifetime of romantic rejection. Now the rest, we see the Pizza Boy and Petunia from Twisted Metal 4. Pit Viper makes an appearance from the original game. Mr. Slam, played by Creek Wilson, is a vehicle in the game, but the owner of the pit stop on a Twisted Metal series. Now these are the Season 2 characters we could see. Now, let's be true, with the actors and writer strike upon us, Twisted Metal 2 could be limbo or could be scrapped metal, depending on the end result of the contract negotiations.
I understood that reference.
But let's go over who we'll be getting on Season 2 does happen. At the end of Twisted Metal, we see Calypso putting up photos on a bracket showing Miranda Watts, Preacher, Bloody Mary, plus 2 classic characters, Axel and Mr. Grimm. For me, I'm excited to see Axel will be introduced to the show because he had hands and 2 big ass wheels. How are they going to do that? I would love to see how they're going to be doing that on the show. I don't know who else are going to be on the actual Season 2. We had a bunch of characters in Season 1. I know Stu's going to be back. I'm not sure about his partner because we did see a little bit at the ending on the egg credits of maybe a fate. We didn't see what happened, but maybe he does come back. Let me know in the comments who you guys want to see, because I honestly want to know who you guys want to see because I'm excited. So there you have it, all the twists and turns, all the Easter eggs, all the amazing freaking characters we saw from Season 1 and who we might be seeing for Season 2. I have to say that this movie is action-packed, and I think that honestly right now, we are moving away from the superhero franchise. I know we have The Boys, which is an amazing show, but that's kind of separate, and Invincible, which is another one I gotta start watching. But we're going more into the action figures, into the video game series. Super Mario Bros. Did an amazing job. Barbie's done an amazing job. Twisted Metal is bringing us back that. Hopefully they do bring out a new version of the game for the PlayStation. Come on, PS. You got to bring it out. I mean, you're bringing all these other games out. We need the original one out right now. Bring it back. Let's do a reboot on it. I'm excited to see maybe the He-Man movie. I know the pictures with Zac Efron is not that. That is part of a movie that's going to be Iron Claw, which is part of the Von Erich family from WWE, where they're going to be telling that story. So that's not it. But there is a He-Man movie coming out. We've seen a lot of old school stuff, like as well as Dark Crystal that came out on Netflix. A lot of anime shows are getting rebooted as well, which I'm super excited. Like One Piece is going to be coming out. I think that's what we need now. We need change. All right, Marvel, you've had your fun. The Avengers Endgame was the best part of it. You are messing everything else up. Let us have this now. We want video games. I want a Legend of Zelda movie. I want a Donkey Kong movie. I'll even take a Pikmin movie, a Kirby movie. I'll take freaking a Solid Snake movie. That would be amazing. Mission Impossible did amazing in the movie theaters. Imagine having a Solid Snake, Metal Gear Solid movie. That would be Solid Snake. But guys, always like and subscribe. We have a lot of videos coming out this week as well. We'll be doing a video on this Friday coming out. That will be my first time playing Demon's Crest for the Super Nintendo. You guys voted on it on the YouTube community tab, and I do want to say something right now. I don't understand. I put on the community tab who is actually better. Is it going to be SpongeBob Concert or Powerline Concert? I already thought Powerline was going to win. It was going to take it over, but for some reason, these are the votes right now. You guys are going over your top of your heads right now with SpongeBob. But if you guys want to vote and kind of sneak in Powerline a little bit higher up there, make sure to click on the voting tab right there for the community tab on our YouTube channel. And as always, make sure to watch this next video that's going to be popping up very soon on my screen. My name is Mr. Angry Troll, your favorite troll on YouTube, always streaming great content every Tuesdays and Thursdays and one time on the weekends. And then, of course, if you always want to check out my schedule, go to the community tab. I always post it there on Sundays, the times I'll be on, the games I'll be playing, and the videos will be coming out. But thank you so much. Love you guys. See you guys in the next video. And if you haven't seen Twisted Metal the TV series, gotta check it out.